on how they can build and develop their country. How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. OK and Princess Elisa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? Then people come up here. Oh, we didn't eat here with me then. Just start up there and get a husband as just begging for people. I was just it's all we didn't mind it. Yes,
it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. No, you even claim to even be the hero for your experience. But why you to us? So why the rest now stable? No job, no food, no go on the table. No chance for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids get poor. No opportunity for the youth. You say to help people, you bring poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people. I used to say you not alone. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. You say you are going to change things. But we not seeing changes. I'm just saying you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country think about it into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Down on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Down on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. That's what Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? I give you the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Wherever you are, however you are joining the conversation on 87.9, this is Freedom Hub, your people's radio station and your program. There are too many things happening in the country we want to talk about on today's edition. And as a matter of fact, your president, His Excellency JZyNo Boakai, is the newest landlord in town.
People.
President Boakai just building houses Liberian. When the birds sit down where the coconut tree, a big house there. When you go over the palm tree, it build another nest. That's what President Boakai is doing. We are told the president is purchasing all more of the properties right closer to a house. Around the rehab alleyway. in the roundabout, the rear alleyway, we're told President Boakai is building additional mansions in the particular facility. The latest pictures and videos coming up will show a very gigantic structure going up. We're going to play you the video of a Liberian citizen who was disappointed in President Boakai. He did a video of that particular project, expressing his dissatisfaction as a unity partisan. Oh yes, the Liberian president is building another house in his compound. This one is bigger, and I mean, this house is bigger than the Ministry of Internal Affairs. It should tell you how big the house is. The house is bigger than the Ministry of Internal Affairs. That's what the president is building. One of the president's supporters, George Lobo said it is the president warehouse. So we asking him, President Boakai buying rubber now? He buying cocoa now to get warehouse like that? But that is the situation. And that is the issue happening in the country. Why your homes are being demolished, while the poor people properties are being demolished and broken down. Why people are being made homeless in the country, the poor people are being made homeless by this government. President Boakai is busy building for himself condominiums across the country. The $10 million project in Lofa County is not enough for the president. And so we are told he is in the business of constructing additional facilities in his rehab home, with the latest one being estimated around $3 million when it is at full completion. What kind of president who promised that he will be the change? But the order of the day on today is the fact that he's acquiring properties all across the country. There is another intel that we got. We have another information that the president also having some property construction going on in the Oro area. We're hoping to provide evidence to that particular issue. Why is this president? Why is our president, with the age he has, why is he focused on building properties across the country? What is this president seeing that we are not seeing? I thought this was the president who said he was not coming to power for luxury. The Unity partisans themselves are shocked. A good portion of them who can reason are confused and totally disappointed in the president. A few of them who do not have senses, a few of them who will keep acting like their brains were replaced with mud, we continue to justify and defend the indefensible. But again, as the voices of the voiceless, our job is to provide the information the way it is, to provide the alternative solutions to the problem confronting our country. And this time around, the president will have to lead the charge. You can't keep complaining that the country is broke, and you are there building properties all across the country like yellow jacket bird. From the palm tree to the coconut tree, he's building big properties across the country. Too many things happening in the country. And so we're going to be looking at this topic. Alexa and I will be jumping into this topic. Hopefully Jerome will join us, but we do not see any sign. But again, in between time, we're going to be looking at this particular topic of President Boakai building big properties in the country. Away from the big properties, Josiah Joko. He is called Josiah Jokai, but the civil servants have decided to call him Josiah Joko. Joko has issued a memo indicating that civil servants will begin to sign non-disclosure agreement. The non-disclosure agreement will be that particular paper that will keep civil servants from revealing certain information. We are told that Josiah Jokai won't tell the civil servant say it did not pay you. Don't tell the person it did not pay you. So even when the civil servant is hungry, he taking pay, he got money. When a woman asks him to pay him, but last day they pay off. Oh yeah. Why is the government afraid for citizens to talk? If you're doing the right thing, why will you be afraid for people to talk? And so we're going to be looking at it. We are told that the Independent Commission on Information, oh yes, the Commission on Information also issued a counter release, signaling that they are not in support of what Josiah Joker is into.
Tell me who you better give the rescue now.
And as a matter of fact, for citizens, the civil servants have their right to certain information. They have the right to provide certain information because if they intend to enforce this non-disclosure agreement, it could undermine the Freedom of Information Act. It could also undermine the LCC Whistleblowing Act, which requires civil servants to report matters of corruption and other governmental malpractices. All of these topics plus different other issues of national concern will form the basis of today's presentation, when Alexa and I will grace your platform right here on 87.9. We will take you back of our team song. We come back, we bring you the rest of the conversation. But while we are in the process of doing so, remember today is Monday, and today happens to be Cash Giveaway Monday. The more you play, the better your chances are on 87.9. Like we told you on several occasions, whenever you receive money on your phone, whenever you receive money from the Freedom Event Cash Giveaway, call us in studio and let us know. There are too many of you who are winning, and we do not have the chance to keep calling you back and forth. So when you win, call the very number. When you win, call the number and indicate that you have won. There are too many of you who are winning and you are not disclosing. But for those of you who are interested in being part of those who have been winning, the choice is yours to continue to play by dialing *255 *1#. I repeat, by dialing *255 *1#. The more you play, the better your chances are. And that particular code is for Lone Star MTN subscribers. For those of you who are playing through Orange Money Liberia, you can play by dialing *255 *7#. We take a break. When we come back, we bring you our sponsors. And later on, Alexa and I will jump into the topics.
The people they're not like you.
I guess what?
Before stop on Liberia, from the center to interior, keeping us in the stopping ground from all around. Make people step to stopping ground and make the peace what they before. Stop on Liberia, from the center to interior, keeping us in the stopping ground from all around.
Crime Stop Liberia is your community crime fighting program. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stop, stopping crime and making peace for them before. From the interior, ourselves, let's start to grow for all around. The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Stop Liberia. On the city interior, they're keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all around.
Okay, welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kai. Alexa is here. Alexa, good afternoon, welcome.
Hello.
Go ahead. What kind of calendar you're looking for? May 16?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. And however way you're joining us, I would like to say welcome to Freedom Hub. It is a brand new week, and today's Monday. I guess we have a lot to talk about because you know Liberia now. We don't we don't run out of I see my boss Shani. We don't run out of topics, right? And it is really, really hot. I'm not lying. Really, really hot. I don't know where the sun is coming from, but it is hot unimaginably, and it is not easy. So we would like to say welcome. We have a lot to talk about, and Jerome is not here. I expected that he was going to be here, but unfortunately, he is not. So wherever you are, I hope you're doing okay, Jerome. And yeah, so far so good. Welcome.
Okay, so there are too many things happening in the country. A lot of issues going on in the Republic of Liberia. This country is bleeding. So yeah, and I know you're coming to arguing in the car now. All of y'all, the CDC men and
The weather is so hot.
the UP men and you're in the Kilobin buses. I know you're coming to arguing. You're in the taxi, in the keke. You're coming at you, but we tell you anything we say on the radio, we tell you why we say it. So those of you who are the truth talkers, yeah, I will argue with you and tell you say I'm a truth talker.
Mm.
That the body who argue with you in the test and tell you say, my man, I'm a truth talker. Tell you say I don't want to see you say, why are you in the girl? You say nothing to your hole. You're not the truth. You tell him say you are a truth talker. And the reason why you are a truth talker, we'll talk more about it. Interestingly, Alexa, have you been able to have you followed the conversation around President Boakai building his new house in the rehab community? Were you able to follow it?
I haven't been as active as I usually am on social media. I may have seen it or seen some one or two posts about it, but I didn't go really in detail because I haven't been so active on social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically the country this country this country, I'm very sorry to say, but the country is fake. You know why I say so?
Hmm.
Because majority of those who we refer to as the educated people, those who we think fall in the elite class of our society, are very hypocritical. They are fake, and their attitude is terrible. In real sense, their attitude is counterproductive to the peace, security, and prosperity of this country. Alexa, it will shock most of the people in this country to know that President Boakai is living outside of what he promised the people of our country. Especially when his campaign was on the basis of living a modest life, hmm? Not wanting to live in luxury. Criticize former President Weah, oh, the man boss put car, he paid horses in ABC, he paid his 9th Street residence. All of these things were used against former President Weah during the campaign. In the end, President Barack came to power. What did we expect? All of us expected. All of us in this country, all of us expected that President Boakai would have lived in line with what he promised the people of our country. All of us expected that he would have lived in accordance with what he promised our people. Interestingly, my people, see what is going on in the country. I want to find the video. I'm trying to find the video of the kid who voted for President Boakai and was disappointed. He voted and was disappointed. Driving around President Boakai place in the rehab community, this boy saw the video and he saw the building, Alexa and fellow Liberians, and decided to do a short video. We play the voice. We play his voice. And all of these things you see happening, are things that we least expected from the president. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody ever expected that President Boakai would do this. Hold on. I sure have this particular video. I don't know where we place it. Where we place it. I know whether somebody got disappearing message in one of our stuff. I don't know if somebody, but just hold on, fellow Liberians. Let me try to find it. The video that is making the news all across the country. That's what I'm talking about. Alexa, I think Alexa will find it. Yes. Just hold on. I had this thing. I don't know where is it. I don't even know where is it right now. But let me try to find it. Let me try to find it. Oh God. Let me try to find it. This kid was very disappointed. Driving in his car and seeing the new building going up, he was disappointed. Disappointed in the president. That he would choose to build another gigantic structure. Big hell of a building. People say close to $2-3 million US. That he would choose to build such a gigantic structure when the poor people homes are being demolished in the country. Oh, so the president building big houses for himself. But his police director can jump behind criminal land, dealer land, and be breaking people's homes in the country, making them homeless. Why the president? Yes, that's it. Please send it to me. Why the president is building big houses for himself in the country? This is the news. If you don't have anything to listen to today, this is the main reason we came to job today. To remind you that while citizens are victims of clandestine and sinister demolition in the country, while your homes are being broken down, and the president telling people that God is making new land, but he is busy building big structures, big properties. One of his own supporters, somebody who voted for him. Oh yeah, thank you, J. Randy Dapo. One of his own supporters, somebody who voted for him. The person got disappointed, extremely disappointed, and decided to record a video. We're about to go play the video for you. This is sad. No, it is sad. At first, the president paid for the horse opposite a horse. At first, though, he paid for the horse or opposite a horse. He bought it. They finished transforming it. He is now building another big structure right behind the other horse in the middle of the road. The liar can see my witness across the water. That's what the liar can see.
See the mansion, Georgia Boga building here. See him black all room. The mayor bought all the property around here for the people. They see the whole place black. People get after the place. You see the building? The building cost more than $3 million. They still adding the story up. The poor cousin Weah, they say Weah corrupt. See the mansion, Georgia Boga building here. See him black all room. The mayor bought all the property around here for the people. They see the whole place black. People get after the place. You see the building? The building cost more than $3 million. They still adding the story up. You can see it. But Weah, our president, they say Weah very mansion. You see the country money. You see it. A Boga on the when I post the page or post it online, see it. If you are causing Weah, they say Weah corrupt. See the mansion, Georgia Boga building here. See him black all room. The mayor bought all the property. People they see the whole place. Look at outside the place. I see the building. The building cost more than 3 million. They still adding a story up. You see it. When John Weah was president, John Weah being my secret money. You see it. And Boakai only. When I posted the page, I posted a lie. See it.
We will post the video on our page. For those of you who have not seen it, we'll post the video on our page. But when you see the building is bigger than the Ministry of Internet Affairs.
The poor causing John Weah and say John Weah corrupt. See the mansion Joseph Boakai building here. See him black in her room. The mayor bought all the property around here for the people that see the whole place plan. Actually, you see the building. The building cost more than 3 million. They still adding a story up. You see it. When John Weah was president, John Weah being money. You see it. And Boakai only. When I posted the page, I posted a lie. See it. The poor John Weah corrupt. See the mansion Joseph Boakai building here. See him black. Yeah, for all the property around the people, they see the whole place plan. Actually, you see the building. The building cost more than 3 million. They still adding a story up. You see it. When John Weah was president, they said John Weah big money. You see it. And Boakai only. When I posted the paper, I posted a lie. See it. The poor causing John Weah is corrupt. See the mansion Joseph Boakai building here. See him black in her room. The mayor bought all the property around here for the people that see the whole place plan. Look at actually the building. The building cost more than 3 million. They still adding a story up. You see it. When John Weah was president, John Weah being money. You see it. And Boakai only. The poor causing John Weah and say John Weah corrupt. See the mansion Joseph Boakai building here. See him black in her room. The mayor bought all the property around here for the people that see the whole place plan. Actually, you see the building. The building cost more than 3 million. They still adding a story up. You see it. When John Weah was president, they said John Weah being mansion was seeing the money. You see it. And Boakai only. When I posted the page, I posted a lie. See it. The poor causing John Weah and say John Weah corrupt. See the mansion Joseph Boakai building here. See him black in her room. The mayor bought all the property around here for the people that see the whole place plan. Actually, you see the building. The building cost more than 3 million. They still adding a story up.
Oh yeah? Yeah. In a country where the poor people properties are being demolished on a daily basis, the president who is old, only when a young president will say, okay, building new houses and because he won't enjoy. But the president who is old, very busy, doing nothing else but to build big properties. It is being estimated that the property that he is currently building in the rehab area, in his fence, right on the alley, it is being estimated that the property is around $3 million when it is fully completed. Why would this happen? Alexa, why would this happen? Especially to a president who is seeking to rescue the country. The same way was sitting in the place. The Liberian went to look for Weah and go build $10 million property. Just to build that property, they started digging sand. From digging sand, they started digging diamond. From diamond, all that in there. The whole confusion came out today. Guinea soldier, saying Weah. Now that conversation will not even end it yet. Because from digging sand, the Guineans said they were digging diamond. I had to seize the material. Confusion came at the end of it today. Guinea soldiers still on our land. The government even solved that one. The same great enough for property that make it to go test them from the river in Guinea a broad noise. That the same property going up in rehab. Why is the president concerned about building properties? No, but he not President Weah. They said what President Weah was building property and he was wrong. They use it as a particular campaign tool during the 2023 elections. They use it as a justification for replacing President Weah. Oh yeah, they use it as a justification for replacing President Weah. Today, President Boakai, who is supposed to live and lead by example, people hustle bro. Somebody just called a few days. I mean, we are a group of journalists investigating. Group of journalists from different over 10 radio stations we are investigating. They just called a few days that there is another property going up in the Oro area. And I know those of you who live in Oro, you know that property. We get on the video, but we working on it. We'll make sure that when it comes outside, it will be true. That's why we are getting all of the evidence bit by bit. Why is the president busy constructing properties in the country when the poor people are homeless? Huh? Yeah. And the video is on the screen. For those of you who are listening to the video there. Those of you who are listening, and those of you who are watching on the screen, you can see the video. The property is there. They're finished with the ground floor. They are on the first floor, and there is this issue of pillow extension going on. They're extending the pillow. They're extending the pillow. Lobo. Because when you come outside, you can't be talking free net. George Lobo. Oh, your little friend Lobo. There's no rest in peace. Sorry. Thank you, Alexa. In fact, I reach you here. I ain't thanking you.
Really?
No, I'm not gonna thank you. I reach you here. You know. But that's for the fun of it. George Lobo. Let me go for George Lobo comment. Alexa, you got what George Lobo said? Do you have what George Lobo said?
It was on a comment.
George Lobo.
Let me see.
This is what George Lobo said. I got it. You can read it. This is what George Lobo said. Let's not read it for you. When the boy exposed that video, by the time the boy exposed that video, listen to.
When I posted the page, I posted a lie. The boy causing Weah and said Weah corrupt. See the mansion Georgia Boakai Delhi. See him black and all room. The man bought all the property. People they see the whole place. You see the belly. The belly called more than 3 million. Adding the story up. You see it. From now on, president said a Boakai only. Posted the page, I posted a lie.
Okay. So when the boy did the video, so you know the partisans, some of them who the meaning with job, some of them who don't get rent, some of them who the minister they eating all the money, the children not in school, they not get rent, they not get food, they not get scholarship, they not get business money, then Gary come out jump behind some fake land dealer, they not break their homes. Some of them were still arguing that oh the plan for Joe Boakai. George Lobo. A supporter of Unity Party government. The man who can see Joe Boakai almost every week. This is what he wrote, and let's come and read it.
So he said, "This is from George Lobo. I think he was replying a video, or I don't know." He said, "Just for the education, big brother.
Mhm.
It is a warehouse for that's JMB Foundation."
Okay, so John Lobo went to defend it. John Lobo said just for education purpose.
Yeah.
He said it is what? A warehouse. JMB Foundation. Warehouse for JMB Foundation where in JMB in his compound. So JMB not get the JMB Foundation can rent somewhere else in Monrovia for their office. What is JMB Foundation keeping in warehouse? Warehouse got Austin building.
Like, what exactly are they keeping?
No,
Is it
so who's going to be hauling load to carry us step? And warehouse that just won't beat wild facility on the ground? Huh? No story building, right?
it depends.
Hey, and what kind of warehouses in the country?
Yeah, the local ones, okay.
And what kind of warehouses in the country that just one ground floor and everything there? You don't have the legislature. What will be putting goods and be putting it in, how to quarantine in elevator to be carrying away up steps? Warehouse got apartment structures, apartment up steps.
The warehouse manager need to live.
No, read all over road.
And he went ahead and he said
Uh-huh.
the man was vice president for 12 years.
The man was vice president for 12 years.
You think he could not build a new house?
You think he
if
could not
he
build?
was desperate for property?
Okay.
And he also he mentioned George Weah's name again.
Okay.
You know, like a comparison.
So we all agree that President Weah built houses when he was president. And because of those things, you, the United Partisans, came up and you said you needed to remove him because he needed not to have built houses when he was president. So you brought his replacement. You brought somebody who you told the Liberian people that would not build any single house when he's president because he is not a property lover. He not like properties. So for those of you who also are thinking whether the views are fake or not fake, Josh Lobo, a senior government official in the country, a supporter of Joe Boakai, was able to acknowledge that the property in question is for JMB, and he said they're using it for JMB warehouse, but a lie. The same way these guys came up and they said the property in Foya was being built by Mana River, they turn around again. They say, oh, the government was a presidential visa for all presidents. They turn around again. Too many issues. At the end of the day, Joe Boakai, he said they built the property without he knowing. He got to know about it when they start discussing it on Facebook. But we have a video where he himself went there. At the time, no black was on the ground. He went there to visit the clear land. Everything about the president, everything about this government, also lies. You lie about the Lofa project. You kept lying from the beginning of the project until the project went to the level where people playing flower now. They're playing flower. The beshi and mattress they put it there now. Maybe they just Joe Boakai go for it and pay your sleep. Or maybe the way the Guineas player then closer to Foya now, so I think you go for your Jenna. But the truth of the matter is, they lied on the Foya project. Oh, some other people were down. They don't bring a whole one that says was surprising the president. The time you were living, they didn't bring it up. If I met down before they said that he wanted to surprise JMB with the project. Yeah, but they can turn up. So the yeah in the grave, he's turning around, asking God, say, "Baby, let me just go on F." Yeah, one day, if he had a chance, apparently that's why he's asking God. Because you know, the lie on him. Even recording where it showed that Surveillance was surpassing Joe Boakai with the project. If you keep recording, you lie on the puppet. But that's a different discussion for a different day. Why is the president concerned about building properties in the midst of abject poverty and starvation? Look at it happening in the rehab. The house, he bought it. In your fence, he broke all the structures down. In the same report about the local project, in the same report, Federal Brown said the same minister when you were in America, they transformed the whole yard in rehab. They built another building inside for surprising. What kind of president was just surprising him? He's not in favor of it, but when he can't see the surprise, he can't have accountability. No, but Alexa, if you are the father of the womb,
it's more like you have Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
And always people write letters to Santa Claus. It is an unimaginable thing where you think that you're going to receive. But in this case, our president does not.
Oh yeah.
He does not write letters saying, "Hey,
okay,
I want to have this."
No.
But because he loves surprises.
The government officials
always put together more like you're putting two, so it's crazy.
What kind of leader who doesn't love corruption and crooked G attitude will see people surprising him with big gifts and will not be concerned about credibility, accountability? You're tearing in the yard. You're tearing in and get money of their own. The money in the house is for you. You are the father.
I mean, your children, they don't have money of their own. But you return to the house, the children cook GB. The children cook GB. The children got whole cooler full with drinks. They got cooler full with drinks. They got cigar. They got everything on the standby. Oh, you call yourself the father of the home. You are not concerned about how the children got it. You just open your throat. You start swallowing GB. You start eating. Oh, that's what the puppy doing. You know what Brown said? They surprised him with the project info. What did he do? He saw the project. Did he arrest anybody? Did he subject anybody to investigation? Did he ask for people to be investigated because they went ahead to build a project that he did not sanction? No. Instead, he went there to patrol. He went there to patrol and inspect the project. Your minister took money from different places to build a project for you in Lofa. You did not ask them where you take the money from, why you took the money. They said it's surprising you when government should not be operating on surprises business. The country not job private property. It is not a personal business. It is not his enterprise. And your enterprise, where the employees can work and say, oh, CEO, we decide to promise you that we decide to surprise you today because of your birthday. In this case, the country, the resources belong to the citizens. Before you use it, there must be approval. There are written proceedings, there are written protocols. The PPCC, the financial, proceedings, everything must be in place. So use the country money on any project. There should be a particular pattern follow. People ain't follow the pattern. They work on the say it's a president with a project in local. You not even act. You not even punish anybody. You didn't do anything bad to anybody to ensure that deterrence is set. But he went graciously and started patrolling and inspecting projects. But they say he's not corrupt. But they say he's not like corrupting it. And that's why today we are where we are. A brand new project in rehab in the middle of the road. A brand new project in rehab in the middle of the road. Huh? I mean, what is that? A few days ago, this president forced people out of the 72nd barrack, like the barrack that they're not even building nothing there. A few days ago, this president forced Liberian citizens from the 72nd barrack. When the people went to ask why you can get the people talking about 4 or 5 days or 1 week for them to be here at least until the government can get ready, then they leave. This president was able to tell them that God not making new land and the people needed to leave the property. But he's busy building BB properties for himself. This president, why parents are struggling to put their children to school? Why United Partisans and other Liberians are struggling to get rent? Why United Partisans and other Liberians are struggling to get scholarship opportunities? Why United Partisans and other Liberians are struggling to find job in the country? This same president, we have turned over 2 brand new Toyota vehicles so he bulletproof. He left the vehicle with plaster on the seat. He went to buy 2 brand new bulletproof Lexus Jeeps. What other small funny cars that will amount to over $1.2 million. Somebody say, President he let luxury. The president let showing up. President Boakai, who used to be wearing one I mean, his khaki trouser and brown shirt, everything is in khaki trouser, brown shirt with that hat. Today, he got a name written on the clothes. On the clothes, JMB. No, it's not a bad thing. The president should go presidential. The president should be decent. The president should be okay. But this was the same man and the people who were saying it was a wrong thing when President Weah was marching colors. They had issue when President Weah was beautiful to dress. Oh no. Whenever President Weah was beautiful to dress, they had issue with it. When President Weah decided to improve a 9th Street residence, they had issue with it. They had issue with it when President Weah decided to buy a sports car. That ain't even more than $35,000. They had issue with it. So we did not expect, and we still do not expect, that they who had issue with President Weah transforming a 9th Street resident, transforming, a real resident, those who did not have issue, those who had issue with President Weah transforming other small properties, they should not be the ones pretending and acting like they are not seeing President Boakai building 10 million property in Weah, building 2 million, 2 to 3 million property in rehab, and buying all the other property in rehab. Because they meant by engaging all your neighbors there. Engaging all your neighbors. And who will tell the president say no? The president say you won't buy from him, you tell him no. They'll go tap behind your land D and go, no, who sold the land to you? Way buy all that thing and go to do. So out of duress and financial inducement, people work out and say, but they money what they bring in, I can use it and get different land, get different property. You can check it. But the bottom line, the main reason why we are angry, it's not because the president should not own property. All know that today, when you make Alexa the minister of tourism in the country, or you make Alexa the minister of commerce, you get Alexa any piece of job, Alexa will improve her status. It is understandable that no matter what can happen in life, if the man used to be on level A, when you put him on level B, the man will live in accordance with what level B is supposed to be. How life looks. But these people in power, they didn't see it that way. They were brave enough to be comparing, to be looking at the shoes President Weah was wearing. They will take a shoe picture and then go check your here. We are wearing $700 shoes. They had issue with a former war best. A former war best, the man can enter Italy and enter boutique. The people tell you, say, my man, just take the clothes you won't wear, and you know, we'll take a picture and do some video of you buying in the boutique. And just do it for our advertisement. Let the war just do it and can't even play and can't buy. Then we can go to stores, boutique around the world, and you just purchase. And the people decide to do barter system. The goods are in there, they do some other recording for him, and say to you, in fact, everyone will be sending you and so thing. Just because we're using your image, you call your image right in the Western world. Now that kind of man was president, he was spending 500, 200, 300 on shoes in the country. Joe Boakai and his supporter then, they were telling the Liberian people how Joe was storing their money and wearing designer clothes. Today, Joe Boakai wear no African suit without JB, the initial on it. Today, two brand new Toyota Land Cruiser Jeep, bulletproof, that President Weah left with him. He put it on. He sent a brand new Lexus Jeep from Dubai. Why are you using? He only use the car President Weah left. He only use the car when you're going to bury dough. He only use the two cars when you're going to bury dough. In Nigeria, I think you use two cars. When you're going to bury dough, that's like cars he used. Cars he said were not good. But they were not good to be used in Morocco, but they were good to be used right to the place on the Grand Canada Road. This is a clear indication that this man is having great appetite for luxury. And it is wrong. It is wrong. I keep saying the thing. There are people who voted for President Boakai with the notion that he promised to be a modest leader. Let me tell you something. When they say election year, not everybody who can go to election for United Party or CDC. No. They got plenty people who got voting card in the country. And not all of them get political party. So people, during election time, they go vote based on what the people say. What did Weah say? Weah say he brought free tuition, he made wire fees, he paid proper homes, he paid stadium. When he come back again, he will do the stadium, you carry the road to start in. The other places where you not carry road, you complete it for a second time. Okay. What did Joe Boakai say? Joe Boakai say, you not ride private jet, the way Weah ride private jet. Joe Boakai say, you not wear designer clothes the way Weah wearing designer clothes. Joe Boakai say, you not pay new horses, the way Weah paying new horses. Joe Boakai say, you not, do the one, do that one. So independent people listen and say, okay, this man who is promising that he will not live in a wasteful life or a luxurious life, we will support him. There are millions of people who made decisions during the election on the basis of what the politicians told them. Enough for you CDC people are talking, enough for you United Party people are talking. I am angry. We are agitating because of those independent people who were lied to. You lied to them. Some of people had no reason voting against George Weah, but because of what you told them. You told them that it was difficult, it was a bad thing to ride private jet. That's what you told them. You told them it was bad. You told them that the sitting president should not be riding private jet and wasting the country money. So they, the law, is apologizing to us. Oh, I want to apologize to President Weah. We did not know that presidents going to ride private jet. And now we know. I want to apologize. No. You knew. They knew. And that's why we won't remind them every day. If we don't remind them, they will not. I mean, they will think they are smart. So we got to remind them every day that, hey, you did not say so. You did not promise it. You promised that you wouldn't have had yourself riding private jet. You promised that you wouldn't have had yourself building mountains across the country. Look at the beautiful president building in the middle of the road. And in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. Big structure. Number one. The other one, big structure. Aim for you. They finish way now, but they can move there because you need to get closer to it. Security reason. And you know, president can be living in the walls. Yeah. Green Bennett, they took $10 million carry ways for you. Build 10 million project in for you. So they finish where they're building. Why the professor also go relax for you know where we
have the Easter holiday.
All kind of thing. Yeah, Manaro, you meeting. You know, here the way have confusion. You started them going to the Manaro, you play what instead of Bailey.
Yeah, recommend it.
Yeah, what instead of Bailey? He go there.
He had to go.
He had to go in it because they play near the buffer zone. They play near the comfort area. So as long as the Guinean will be down there, our president will not go down there. Because security reason, the president can go there. You go put the president to where no, the president will not go there. So the $10 million laying in our other place free. Nobody using anything. The building are there. If the kids beginning work on one money, they clean the grass after every month. They clean the grass. They just cleaning grass. When the grass get too plenty, they clean it. So they can be living there. Oh, baby. Hey, grandfather figure. You building horses back and forth. Building horses here and there. Something you criticize. Then the people told us that there is another one building in Oro. We have been told there is another one being built in Oro. And y'all might not break it down because y'all break it down. We know the spot. Y'all break it down, we know the spot. We'll go there, we'll tell you, black, why y'all break down, we'll take the picture. I know y'all will not break it down. We unveil the videos. We expose the videos and the pictures of the one in Oro. Why is the president concerned about building big properties? Okay, no bad thing. The president told to improve their life. The president told to live a better life. I agree. But the other president, that before him, were also doing the same thing. We're trying to improve the properties, transform them, modernize them, and make them to come in conformity with security protocol. These same people, including President Boakai himself, sat on public radio on many occasions and blamed President Weah for spoiling the country money on properties. Hey, president there, our president there. Ain't you know the yellow bird? What can be in the coconut tree? How can you call that bird? And that's how you know the name. You got a yellow bird, what can be over the palm tree and the coconut tree? Hey, the yellow birds, I want to know the name in my dialect. They call it Nyancho. I know the name in my dialect. The yellow birds, they call it Nyancho. That's why I know. That's why I know. Yeah, Abaflomo, continue. But President Boakai promised that he wouldn't have lived a luxurious life. Why is he building properties like Nyancho across the country? The yellow bird, man, the bird has yellow feather. You be in the coconut tree, you can build a nest on the coconut tree. So now when they deploy on the coconut tree, in less than 2 months, the whole coconut tree can die. And you know, oh yes, those birds are powerful. They can build horses like anything you can think about. They can build a nest. You know, bird horses are nest. For Liberian English, we will say horses. Right? When they're building that nest on any palm tree, in less than 2 months, that palm tree will dry up. No palm branches. You not even see the palm leaves. Before you go to the next 2 more again, you go to the other place to go build horse. That's how the president is doing. From Foya to rehab. Now we're hearing Oro. And the one that hurts. Why we try to go to election and we take calls and go jump to what Josiah Joker talking? The one that hurts a lot is the part where under his watch as president. Poor people's homes are being demolished for projects that the government don't even get money to start. You hear me? Eh? Poor people property being broken down, destroyed, projects destroyed, made homeless. Look at the other old lady, Alexa, who was sleeping in the coal under the rubble of demolished structures. Poor people. Running behind your own citizens from government property. So on the second barrier, let the barrier there, ever man, you go put a table in there, they sit inside the picker, they're enjoying the set. You know, no active work going on there. By this time, let's say we should see people hauling cement, sand, blocks, ain't no steel, zinc, planks, and renovating. Still renovation work should be going on at the barracks at the moment. Because before you dislodge the citizens, before you remove citizens from where they were comfortably seated, you needed to have all of those things in place. You made people homeless. Why the citizens homeless? Then the president paying plenty horses. How many places you alone will sleep as a human being? You get B-law. At one space in a B-law, you're sleeping in your room. In your room, at one bed. On that bed, at one part of that bed, you're asleep. President paying people horses when the citizens are crying. And because low soil in our country, the reason why you see demolition happening every day. And because of the low soil, then people promote resting. By the time Moria go, because almost every day now demolition, And so some of the land they can be saying, "Oh, Dumuya, thank you." Some kind of way they can be saying, "Dumuya, thank you," even though they can be happy, but some kind of way they can be saying it. Because if Dumuya are not saying picking into the border to go and bear G on that land, by the time they will come on now, sending over 200 police take all across the country to go be breaking people's property. This is wrong. You find the partisan passing on Facebook, justifying, and Joe, we are doing too, and Joe, we are that for Joe, we are doing too, Bene, y'all was passing around here, causing noise, creating enemies, insulting people. Insulting people. All that to do comparison, man, you are insulting. That's why the man was voted out. That's why you people voted him out. Or you voted against the man because he said you're building houses. And you keep the power to build the same houses? Who are you then? How do we call you? That the rescue here? That the rescue you say you came to do here? Look at what happened in the country today. Businesses are shutting down. Businesses are winding down. Instead of the president focusing on improving the economy to make it workable in such a way that the private sector will create more jobs and provide food on the table of Liberians who can have continue to survive on government payroll, the president is not concerned. He's busy buying $1.2 million bulletproof cars. He's busy building people structures in the country. And his supporters defending it. Because you know what? They themselves, they're building the BB structures across the country. This is nonsense. Just will tell us that you want a chance to come and build your own houses and do your own properties. Like when people are very forgiving kind of people, you're going to say, "Oh, yeah, you know what, President, where you do your own, do your own." At least there were people who are so willing to vote for you. You need to be truthful. You need to be honest. Do you know how many independent voters you have disappointed? You know, for them, we are speaking. We're talking about the party people or CDC people. We're talking about the independent voters. They were misled. They were deceived. They were lied to. They were made to understand that the paper, they didn't have any appetite for luxury. And so making him president would have seen maximum reduction in wasteful spending in government. Today is not the case. Today is not the case. Go check the budgetary outcome for the first 2 years. Government has spent more money than what they put in the budget for NSC. Almost every ministry and agency in the country got money in the budget for how you call this thing for surveillance, covert operation. Almost all the ministry and agency got money in the budget for covert intelligence. They got money for intelligence, lesser, but no intelligence individual could detect that the Guineans were coming to our country. International ministry got money for intelligence. NSA got money for intelligence. Ministry of State got money. All the entities in the country they got budget for intelligence. But none of the intelligence agencies, none of them could even advise us ahead of time. Say, oh, Guinea coming for land. None of them could do it. Start here the Guinean scheme. They mobilize. Imagine people coming to your land using Kinu. You on high land, people using Kinu to come to your land on water. No intelligence. That is to tell you how the money has been stolen, misused, misapplied, misappropriated. But at the end of the day, as I submit to Alexa, at the end of the day, there is one thing that I see. You know what I see? I see a very dishonest Liberian society. I see a very hypocritical Liberian society, particularly the people who we consider the elite intellectuals. I don't mean to make it a thing 1847 the country not go nowhere. And because of that, Liberia will never be the Aracos. I'm not swearing. But based on what I know, the country to be. If you would think Arago to sit down for 50 years, don't build a new road, don't build a new house, get in the one where you get, sweep it, cut the grass, cut the flower, don't do nothing. 50 years, the country, it will not be where Arago is. And there's just simple reason. The quote unquote intellectual class in the country, they are very deceptive. The elite class in this country, they are very backward. Look at them. God has society actors, elite media entities in the country. As no other bugger than used to be publishing stories on George Weah in the country. All the newspapers that used to be publishing stories in the country about Weah. Radio talk show hosts, they could not sit down, their mouth open wide, talking every little thing they talk about it. Today they are quiet. Very quiet. Imagine a whole country president is implicated in a $10 million project situation, and the country, the independent people there, the civil society actors. I don't want to mention the council of churches because that's another hustling body. Not a single statement that we see coming up in regards to that. Today, the property saying nobody talking about it. They pretend like it is normal. Look at the kind of mayhem going on. See the kind of bad things happening in the country. Terrible corrupt actions. Wanton abuse of the law. Disregard for constitutional democracy. Genuine positions are being violated. Go book Emma Glasgow for a job. After a few days, LSCC say the woman are corrupt. They clear her of corruption. But you post somebody in her job, you now won't pay her back her money. I will also call elite Liberia by association, Premier Liberia, Independent Civil Society Institution of Liberia. All of them because of a fundamental bias that they have for a group of people. Oh no, CDC people there, the ordinary people there, the ordinary people there, that's will be in power. And so the day God get a chance to come to power, we'll fight them. We saw banks in the country conniving against the CDC government to create artificial shortage of money. We saw it in the country. By the time the people at the Ministry of Finance and Central Bank started to notice it, it was late. It was late. We saw banks, we saw tellers in banks, they got money. And that's how they got money in the vault. The account officer, the cash officer can supply them money in the money. They were intentionally, deliberately, maliciously decide to turn customers away. They can't, oh, no LD. No LD. No, I mean, it was a systemic, how you call this thing? Conspiracy against the CDC administration. The intellectual class in this country is responsible for the backwardness of Liberia. Or do I need to tell you about university teachers in this country? You will find one teacher who is supposed to be teaching accounting or teaching something else. Even theology. You go to the blackboard, introduce the topic, the next thing tomorrow will go on that job we are. The intellectual class in this country, they deceive the voting masses. They build up a conspiracy against that regime. They criticize it from day one. You go to the banks. The banking tellers are deliberately creating hardship. Somebody go for the late $2,000 LD and say, oh, no money. The money there, but they said no money. Regulating the economy. When the people at the CBO decided to notice it was late. But then they have already done all of their nonsense. University teachers influencing the students, politicizing everything, creating a situation as though they had the solutions to all of the problems in the country. To one in the mission what we used to experience on the pulpit from those pastors, those political missionaries. They will open the Bible and just say, John 3:16, for God so loved the world. The rest of it, John, we are wearing big clothes. John, we are do the one. John, we are do that one. They were all preaching today. Alexa, they are offering basket again. We go 25%. The members poll. Nobody sowing seed again. Nobody sowing seed in pastor life these days. The country hard. They themselves confused. It's because when you choose to be hateful, when you choose to live a deceitful life, hypocritical one. Today, look at what happened in the country. I saw one bishop. I went to one church and saw one bishop politicizing George Weah's statement about being your own security, buying CCTV. Now bishop got CCTV to his office. He got CCTV to his office, but was against the president of conscious Liberians to buy CCTV. He said Liberians who have the means. And we said if you have the means, and you know, and you think your life is some kind of way where people will want harm you, and you know, get CCTV. That bishop careless asked but he got CCTV to your office. He got it to your office. He criticized John Weah. He condemned. He blamed Weah for the 3 missing boys. Gregor Como investigated, and it became clear that those children got drowned in Bowman Bridge. Not Bowman Bridge, but Bowman. Today, the pastors are unable to come up and apologize to the former president. But you know the hypocrisy? An AFL soldier, Officer Sir Harris of the Armed Forces of Liberia, in November of 2024, he went missing from that barracks. So to this day, he failed to see him yet. Passing Bishop is quiet. The last time I saw him, he was on the pulpit joining people to honor Richard Kun. Richard Kun, who had Jack speakership. Who said he was speaker when the real speaker resigned, and he said he resigned, and he go recontest. I saw that same bishop on the podium with other bishops honoring Richard Kun. That is how the society was biased. That's how the intellectual class, the political class, and the quote-unquote elite class was against the CDC era. Why was it so? Today, look at Joe Parker building properties and all of them took them off. The head of the Imam Council in said now one boy Ali Cry. The head of the how you call the one, the Council of Church, where the Reeves said now one boy. You know one boy. Their mouths are closed. They still want to abuse the power. They see misuse of public resources, they close their mouths. These are deceitful political people, deceitful elites. According to hungry intellectuals, no morals. Go see them. See the bankers who are conspiring against the country. Today, people go for their money. They can't even drop them anything anymore. As the bankers today, and I will tell you, nobody giving their money to the bank these days. People will draw the money to go. Because not that people are mean these days. No, people are not mean. The people still the same, Alexa, but things are hard. Things are hard. And President Biden wants it back and forth. Instead of focusing on bettering the economy, he Biden wants it back and forth. He said, when I talk, go to the supermarkets. And that's how the children who can help you to be putting your goods in the plastic and hold the basket behind you. Those children at least those children every day going home, they used to get something. The country is still hard to this day. You even go buy one steak in there, Alexa, or 3 children in the supermarket will go escort you also. Steak in there, I want the whole steak in there. And I want the whole steak in there from the supermarket. That 3 persons will come walk behind me to put me in the car only because they want something. And I can push them away. Some people can push them away because some kind of way the children got to survive. When I hurry, you got to share it with them. That's how the country is tough. But these so-called intellectual elites, they don't talk about it because they're ashamed. They're ashamed that the God who they said they were bringing to power, the God is now worse than the very Satan they said they were rejecting. The country is difficult. The church is nice. It stink in their face. Stink in their face, Alexa. They're offering now. You can't even pass in the center of the bucket. No way. It's difficult. The couple of so see people can so see finish. No one else saw you see again in the light. But the church know the thing I'm talking about. He not lie. Oh, they go Ramadan. Alexa. It was the first time for Ramadan to happen in this country. I'm driving through Moreover and not even looking at Ramadan. So small mosques in the Derry community were having. There were people willing to back out. This was being cow all in the community. Ramadan happened. We didn't see nothing of that happening. Less celebration. They're going to get small almost looking at somebody's birthday party. And that's how didn't you see we're going to count the meat? Have no zeal, no momentum, nothing. They're running a very terrible country. The country is tough. They themselves know the country is hard. And in the midst of one of these times, the president basically himself building BB houses, and we'll go talk. And the only thing you got to say, we are critics. Oh, yes, it's good for all to criticize so that they will learn their lesson and change their wicked ways and make the country better so that everybody will enjoy it. People want to come here to get better. And they're sitting here, the president is concerned, an old president. The president is old. And somebody, yeah, you old. What is he interested in building BB houses and Georgia Baca to inherit? Fucking know that you're children, you have a moral obligation to provide for them as a father, but not at the detriment of the country. You should be focused on building the economy, focus on building the country because that's what you promised. You didn't promise yourself. You said Weah was about himself. Although we are providing free tuition for public universities, he was building proper homes. He was paying wash fees. He was connecting capital cities to county districts and other places. He was doing those things. You said he was doing nothing. So when you came, we expected you to do beyond what he was doing. Then you jumping beyond Weah's shoes. You're finishing the main old government project. You're not introducing new government project or a project where you initiated that why you implementing, you dedicating it. You can only go for dedicated by Joe Baca, but you initiated by because you don't want to mess your name. And you're building your own BB houses. That's not what we elected you for. That's what we are complaining. But I'm not going to say further. I said what I had to say. My disappointment is with these people. And it's a shame on all of them. The imams, the pastors, the bankers, the university instructors. All of these people gang up against the country. They are ganging up against Weah and people who were in the Weah administration. They gang up against the country thinking they were bringing a diamond to power. That diamond being beat skyscraper on the road. That diamond, he got one beat 10 million property in for you. He can't go there because the Guinness store there. Got information so your diamond being another hole in Guru. Maybe let's get something for you, then we'll go take course. But yeah,
I mean, where do I start from? I think it is really tiresome with everything that's happening. Like you get up in the morning, you're going to listen to something else that you probably did not think you would be expecting, or during the day, you're going to get something else like new updates or whatever it is. But I think Oliver understood a lot about what's happening, and I would just like to weigh in a little bit on what's happening. And if you listen to Freedom Hub every now and then, if you are one of our ardent followers, if you are one of our viewers, you understand I've said this repeatedly. I hate people who are hypocritical. And I said this without any apology. I owe no apology for what I'm saying, and I will continue to say. And every day we see a lot of these people in this country. A lot of them are very pretentious. A lot of them are hypocritical, and it shows effortlessly without them even trying to show us that they're being hypocritical. It shows every day. Every day it shows. So Joseph Young Boakai, Liberia's president, then former vice president Joseph Boakai, he had gone to Liberians. I always like to remind this president, always like to have a reference point. He went to Liberians and he presented a case. And according to him, he was the best option. According to him, he was the change. So based on what he said to Liberians, a lot of Liberians went his way when we had the general elections in this country in 2023. So fast forward, he became Liberia's president. And after becoming Liberia's president, people actually thought that that was an opportunity for him to display his quote unquote leadership ability. People thought that this was going to be an opportunity for Mr. Boakai, who is Liberia's president, to show us how wise he is and to also fulfill the many promises made to Liberians during campaign. Unfortunately, it was a big April Fool, a big one, because everything that's happened, it seems like it has been the opposite of exactly what Mr. Wakai said or presented to Liberians. One of the many things I see on a daily basis is the fact that people who had voices, people who were loud about all these things, people who wrote different press releases, and that's a reference to the Council of Churches in Liberia here, people from different civil society organizations. A lot of them had a lot to say about the past administration, everything that happened, whether it was George Weah having on an outfit that was branded. They thought that was a luxury, and it was not to happen because, of course, you had ordinary people in this country, and the people were suffering. And Mr. President George Manuel Weah was being heartless and cruel to scores of Liberians across this country. Hence, Joseph Boakai was voted and became the president. So I hate it when people are comparing because there's no comparison. According to you, George Weah did not do anything for Liberians. He was wicked intentionally. He did not develop this country in any aspect. He did not. He was just there and merrymaking with his officials of government and blah, 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 blah. That was like everyday conversation. Now you're in power. The fact that you're still comparing, it means that you failed. The fact that comparison is still the daily order, it means you failed because you are here to do what you say you're going to do. And I'd like to go back to this property that is being circulated on social media. As I said earlier on, I did not follow through because I was off the social media. I was not as active as I usually am. But this, you listen to this guy, how he sounded, and it was also a reminder of what Joseph Boakai said. It was also a reminder of exactly the criticisms, all the critiques a lot of you had when George Weah was in power, and then you have this building here. And someone who is a member of the Unity Party, someone who is oftentimes seen with the senior government officials of this rescue mission, this administration, he had gone there to provide clarity. He had gone there to, in fact, defend this building. According to him, it is a warehouse for Joseph Jomo Boakai's foundation, the JNB Foundation. I don't know in what universe we are as Liberians that we're seeing this foundation. I don't know if it was active prior to Mr. Boakai becoming Liberia's president. I don't know exactly if it was really operational. If it was, we don't know about that because I didn't see much. But now that he's in power, we've seen a lot more. When he just took over as president, we saw a lot of things his foundation did, having erecting different billboards when he was not even sworn into office as president. We saw all those different things, and it came out again with different defense, another defense that, this was done by the foundation's president at the time, and this blah, blah, blah. So this foundation has become, I think, a scapegoat in all of these things that's happening. Mr. Boakai is allegedly building personal properties across this country from Lofa County. That one is still being questioned with different people, including Philibert Brown, providing different pieces of information as to that was a surprise to the president. A president who is said to have integrity, a president who is said to, understand governance, a president who is said to not be corrupt for personal gains, did not stop surprise from government officials across different, SOEs or whatever it is to present to him a surprise. And the many consistencies with this is owned by MRU, or this, a project by the MRU, or this is for the government of Liberia, this is for the ECOWAS, or whatever it is. We have listened to a lot more. And that brings me to a question. Mr. Boakai, did you actually promise Liberians because you were being honest? Or were you looking for an opportunity to survive? That's a very serious question. Did you promise Liberians because you were honest and you actually said those words, or you actually made those promises because you knew you would be here to rescue the country, you would be here to, at least change different aspects, different systems, and restructure a lot of things in this country? Or were you just there because you needed a space to survive, you needed an opportunity to make up for, 12 years where you said, opportunities were squandered, or whatever that was said back in the day? That's a major question to be answered. Because the very people who had issues, there were people who had issues against ministers, directors, and in fact, the president at the time. All of them are quiet. A lot of them have not said anything regarding this particular project. I'm just watching this video. I just watched it earlier on, and I haven't seen anyone, the critical voices. I haven't heard them say anything about it. I haven't seen a write up from them. All of them are now quiet, like they've lost their voices. But yesterday, all of you had voices, and your voices were as loud as, I don't know what to compare that to. Today, you are not saying anything. And some of the people who support you, they're going back and forth and defending. The way the country is, the sun is hot every day, and there are people who are hungry. We still have the situation in Lofa County. We're yet to get any updates from the mouthpiece of the government, the Ministry of Information, the Liberian National Police, even the Richard Cole, who had told us he had given, a 48-hour ultimatum to the LRRC National Disaster Management. We are yet to hear anything regarding what's happening there at the border in Lofa County. Our people are still scared. But then we have our president who is constructing a warehouse that looks very large, looks very elegant, opulent, as the JMB Foundation warehouse. What will be stored in this warehouse? I'm concerned. What exactly is going to be stored in here? Is it going to be books? Is it going to be medical supply? What exactly is it going to be? That's the question to also ponder. That's the question to ponder. So when I see a lot of you coming in defense of these things, I say you are insensitive. I say you're wicked. And at the end of the day, I say you're shameless, because all of you had voices. Every day we had different graphic designs of what was happening in this country. You will have a flyer where you have a George Weah here, you have maybe this particular building here, you have this one, that one. Everything was attributed to George Weah. So are you going to say Joseph Boakai, Liberia's president, is heartless now that you have people going through a whole lot, but then you have different personal projects, private projects being carried out? Are you going to say he is wicked? Are you going to call him, a very cruel man? Because all of you use those adjectives to describe George Weah back in the day. And at this point, it is no longer about George Weah or the CDC. It is about what was promised. So we are mostly focused on Mr. Boakai. We're trying to help this president. Whether we supported him or not, he is president for Liberians. And the promises he made those promises to all of us across the board. So we're helping Mr. President to be reminded of his promises. We're helping Mr. President to fulfill his promises. And we're helping Mr. President to know that the things he said, he is doing the opposite. He is contradicting himself, his promises. So, where are the more voices? Where are the the members of the council of churches? Like, you don't have ink anymore to do press release. Let's forget about ink. What happens to your computer, the keyboards? Do you need new keyboards? Do you need new computers? Do you need someone to draft these press releases to have them released to the public? Tell us what you need. We're going to help you, because now all of you are quiet. And then when we bring you in ways that you deem not appropriate, you say, "Oh, the Pope acting rude." This is not rudeness, okay? The Council of Churches, that particular organization. Oh my God, I definitely remember some of the press releases. Every now and then, on the social media, on the traditional media, we had a lot of those press releases read. Even some of our colleagues in the media, there were different talk shows held just to talk about things. Okay. And today you have this here. You have this here. And then all of you are silent. When people talk about it, you said, "They're not let the country." You let la bro pa who? You don't let la bro pa people in like country. You don't let la bro pa me. It's not possible. Okay. So you guys need to stop being hypocritical. You guys need to stop being deceiving, because you say one thing and your actions say something else. That's not why we're here. 2023 is over. This is not time for campaign, because a lot of you are still in campaign mode. This is not time for propaganda. A lot of you from the Ministry of Information to different ministries and whatever, some of you guys are still in the mode of propaganda. And we're done with that. This is 2026. We're in April. You've given us enough April schools. You've given us a lot. So do not fool us anymore. Just come straight. It happens with the private jet, and Darius Dillon was the one who had to appear on a radio station, and he was basically apologizing to George Weah and the past administration. So I'm sure we're going to have someone else to get here and maybe render another apology to Liberians. I'm sure we're going to have someone else to do that. That's why you guys are hypocritical, because now you're on the board, you're playing chess. You understand that it is not as observed when you're off the board, because when you're off the board, you think you know everywhere where the knight should go, where the king, the queen, or what. Oh, you know everything. Now you're on the board. You're apologizing to us from one end to another. While all these things are ongoing, you are ahead in discussing 2029 general elections when we're supposed to be discussing what's happening now. We're supposed to be discussing this private property right now. We're supposed to be discussing what's happening in Lofa County. We're supposed to be discussing how people are surviving. But no, all of you have forgotten that we have these issues, major issues, and we're discussing 2029. Are you guys going to render another apology to us that, "Oh, we're so sorry, we didn't know that the president is supposed to build something"? And George is saying this is a warehouse for GMB Foundation. We need to come there and inspect to know, like, what exactly are you going to be storing in there? Yeah, we need to know. But at the end of the day, Mr. President, I believe, and I'm sure a lot of Liberians believe, Mr. President is moving not in the right trajectory. He is on the path that's taking us backwards, but then you people do not have the balls, the audacity to say it. Because why? All of you are dancing with the devil. So you're able to look the devil in the face and say, hey, this is what's happening. Whatever, whoever the devil is, I mean, you guys know, but a lot is happening. Gas price when you going on this side. No, no, everybody know about global crisis. You guys are hypocrites. All of you. You guys are fake. I'm not gonna lie. I will always want to be a Liberian though. Still, I will always recognize people who are hypocritical. And I will always say I don't like people who are hypocritical. And a lot of you are. Oliver was talking about the intellectual class. Classism is real in this country. You're not going to believe it, but it is real in this country because they think the people who consider themselves the intellectual class, whether they are or not, well, that's another discussion for another day. But people, a lot of them who consider themselves the intellectual class or members of the intellectual class, all of them or most of them, I'm sorry, they're hypocritical and they think they know too much. So they have the right to have say in certain discussion, and people who are not considered the intellectual class do not have the right to say anything. So they're not going to say these things because some of the people who are in power, they're the elites, by the way. That is how you know classism is ruining this country. But Mr. Boakai, you are not here for yourself. You're not here for your own personal gain because you said you could even be pushing power to work. You know, you're not getting on the matter of how you can just do the people work. Where are we now? You're saying one thing and you're doing the opposite. So that is being a walking contradiction. Oliver, at the end of the day,
Mhm.
I know we'll go somewhere. Yeah.
But let it be known, let it be known that while the rest of the country closing their mouth, people like always will continue to remind the government and the president. You can't finish lying to the people that you will not be the president who can build plenty houses for himself, get all kind of property for himself. You finish saying all the good things. The kind of power you're doing different things. You tell the people, no, I won't. We're not our mouth. We're telling people. You tell people you're not doing it. The kind of power you're doing it. We're telling people. You know, I want people to say we let the government, no problem. But I think the best thing what we're doing to remind them that they think what you're doing is not what you promised. But that's it. We'll take a break. When we come back from our break, we'll open up the phone lines for you to call us and give your input. While you are doing so, let's just start the conversation and tomorrow we'll end it. Josiah Joker is asking civil servants to sign paper that something will be happening in the ministry of the monarchy. A trouble coming right there. When you find the government start doing kind of funny thing there, you will know that salary business coming get high, and they will not want people to be explaining to the public. You know that criminal business will start growing in the government. They don't want people to talk in the public. Or they're asking civil servants to sign non-disclosure agreement, NDA. When you sign that paper, I mean when you see the minister stealing, you will not talk it. When you see any bad thing happening in government, you will not talk it. The document not to say you swear, you're taking oath. But when you sign it, and the day when the minister was steal, they enter the car, and you tell somebody, and the person do not keep your identity, the person say, oh, like, unless I tell me, it means automatically they will sack you because you are not supposed to say it. You went against the non-disclosure agreement. You went against it. I don't say when you say you die, no. But I mean when you say that two things will happen, they might not know say that you say. But when they know say that you say, they will sack you for it. Secondly, the minister then sometimes they can go write one big check. And maybe that my office responsible to follow copy the check. They first one big check and they still do some kind of money to go pay somebody or do some kind of thing. Now, when they finish with that check, sometimes the check picture can leak outside.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
When the check picture leak outside, the reason why they want everybody must sign is because they would know who all officers the check pass through. So when I mean the first person who photocopy the check in the Ministry of Information, they will want me to say, man, you photocopy the check. We said that you do it, but count the start. When you photocopy the check, where you carry it? Oh, I carry the Austin office. Say, Austin, you had a check in your hand. Count the start. When you feel the check, where you carry? Austin will say, I carry the check to Central Bank. Who you give it? I give it to Teller A. Teller A, you count the start. Teller A, when you photocopy the check, where you carry it? Oh, I carry it to the supervisor. They will put all four of y'all on the line and ask y'all and do investigation. If they're not satisfied, they sack out of y'all. Because some of the way they will believe that one of you may have leaked it. And since they can find the mean person, if they're not able to find the mean person, they sack you. Or whatever the case is. But this is against the Freedom of Information Act and the LSCC Whistleblower Act. Because on our law, when you see bad thing happening, you get right to talk it. Even when the person not keep your identity, the person can say, oh, that let's tell me, they don't get no right to sack you.
And our
The witness is supposed to be protected.
you know.
Good. So that document is signing that had detectors can start operating. But it would die a natural death because everywhere in the country will get information. Y'all will sack the whole government one day. You get any information we want, we can get it. Any information we want, we can get it. I said somewhere, I said any information we want in the country, we can get it. I will not talk more. I tell you, say any. Even some clothes, some men can wear before they come to work. We won't know the color, we'll get it. We get that information. Any information we want, we'll get it. So, all that thing you're doing, JZyNo Joker, you are joking. You are joking. The civil servant will sign that no the disclosure agreement and they will still come outside and run their mouth. When you're not paying them on time, they will run them up. When you all take money from the government entity and use it for your own personal thing, they will run their mouth. And we double dare you doing it to some other charity. We double dare you because you will not even catch them. We have already given the charity plenty of ways to provide information without trace. So you'll be talking nonsense about non-disclosure. We finished teaching the charity over 50 different ways to get information without trace. You JZyNo Joker, you want to tell them bring a payroll or bring it, you don't know who take it. The last money you signed for last week, and you want to bring that paper, and one that paper will publish the paper. You don't even know who do it. Maybe you sack your whole office because you would never know. How you do my no say the House of Representatives, they better spend 200,000 to go sing. The more we have to get on the road. How you do manage to know? How you do manage to know? How you do manage to know that the men wanted to expel Yeke? Before the country said we had their whole agenda. How you do manage to know? You think we thinking of those who you expecting? Now plenty of ways we can get information on. When you're filming your hand, or using your skin phone together, you're not even know. You'll be sitting there. Your phone in your hand, we're using your phone together with you. We don't even you using your page, we'll be posting our picture or to be using your WhatsApp, we'll be calling. We'll see all the things you on your Facebook, on your WhatsApp. SSI non-disclosure. Anyone in the country will get it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go to the lines and talk to our callers.
Stop it now and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia. On the second to interior. Stop keep it up to the stopping crime for all.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia. Let's go to the lines and talk to our callers. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. 2 extra winners were gotten during the course of the program. 2 winners were able to win. Let's see if we can call them. If not, let them call us. 2 of you, you already know yourself. Call us if you already won. Dial star 255 star 1 hash to be the 3rd winner. Let's go and talk to this other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
We're great. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where you join us from?
Anyway, I'm sorry, I will not call my name now. I will call you the door. I will tell you about that's in the field right now.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
You see, if you look at money last month, you said about going to bring it. I don't hear that. When you were going to school, his daddy and uncle came here. And he was breaking when he come in, so he could just go to get big. He said, and they put money for it.
Yeah, he puts water in the good store.
Yeah, so you got big thing and send them they put money for it. So to tell you right there, it's a criminal record. So as the anybody that says, you can put into the phone.
Okay. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much. Let's leave you right there and go back to the other line and talk to this person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Hey, Kilkin and Lance, how you doing, man?
Let's hear you, sir. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, my name is Musa G. Brown, and I'm from New Jersey. Kilkin, you see, Liberia, it is because of insincerity we are where we are today. Let me tell you, Kilkin, you know the reason why Benin Ayure, Alexander Cummings, all of the guys that were in opposition, that were making the loudest noise. When Benin Ayure went to a bombing and called Liberians, his Liberian brothers, cockroaches, were because of greed. Let me tell you something, okay? When the election was coming, we went to Benin Ayure office. When Benin Ayure had an ALP. In his office, I'm sitting in front of Ben. And he was telling me that the American embassy, trying to convince an educated person like me, says that if Liberia wants to suffer for the next 10 years, they may let George Weah. Now knowing they were preparing to go out there and fight vehemently, to use their resources they got, the very resources that they got. Oh, look, God will judge the people. You see, it's always better to be sincere. I said, Benin Ayure. I said, no other person. And I said that to Teddyride when Teddyride was running to be representative in district number 15. She came to my tailor shop. I said it in her face. I said, you will not win the election because your father wicked.
The issue.
I said to Teddyride. You see? So, look, Liberia need to be sincere. And see in this comment section, one about Flobo is writing nonsense. Hey, man. Is this a kind of control we have because somebody got small thing in his pocket? Yesterday it was bad, but today good.
Yeah, it was bad. Other president
yeah, you can say we were talking entire. No problem. But some of you will regret it. You will regret the next 6 years why you ever voted for Joseph Boakai. Because today, some of you don't even have food to eat. You start defending because somebody gave you data and push Pascal and put a meaning on your phone. This is not the kind of control we wanted. Like I said to some of my brothers yesterday, we were in a gathering. Somebody said, oh, Josh Weah look better. So I said, okay, I agree. So many difference between Josh Weah, 2 years, that they take 2 years. I forgot about 6 years. Because you guys always can, but Josh Weah first 2 years and Joseph Boakai first 2 years. Show me one new thing. Joseph Boakai will add the head, will add the fingerprint, all the involvement of George Weah initiation. Show it to me. So when you show it to me, I will tell you that I will resign from the CDC. Okay. I can't support George Weah. But these are the debates. So a lot of times when they can study, those are the debates edition, but before them.
Thank you. Leave it right there. We gotta talk to the other person. Go ahead, 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Carly, what kind? Let me say good evening to you and good evening to my very beautiful and luscious sister.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lawrence. Let's hear you.
This is Lawrence Spencer, and I'm sitting joyfully to talk to you this evening. The reason I'm always joyful from the kind is because the God of politics has benefited us in front of Liberian people, in front of the eyes of our enemies, political enemies. People are spent on us during the heat of the campaign and call names. Some people that say call 1%, I mean, we cannot proudly tell them that yes, our 1% is better than this economic quagmire and this disaster you are throwing. I mean, how can a president come, like you said, never, he people proud about his honesty, his so-called modesty and all of that. See the mansions that old guy man is doing all across the country. When the Indian about Freya Kimo, I mean, government officials were talking both out their mouth. So I say, oh, that man already young people, and the other people say that the other people say, oh, they want to read now we can want to. So you see how God has been with people.
John, what's it well?
Oh man, that man, one of the best government men I ever seen. That man can do car from one corner up to the one corner of it, taking all the body government. I want you know what position. When the man goes to it, you pass it, I had that force of housing. So we get critical and people seriously. How can you live a society that America that have all the opportunity, people are desiring, and you can't be breaking your family from government offices, passing around and trying to touch trash. You see the people in the community burying the same that we say like you know. I mean, what sense of wickedness is this? And that's the reason like I listened to my good friend brother from the country the other day. I mean, surprise is coming from this government car. A big surprise in the opposition is coming from this government. We're not announcing, one day and then car will be back over. I join the next you don't get out of you don't get a ticket to car. Yourself will buy your car and join the line. You know, the California are rich. You're not careful, you're not buying any car. You must not even get anything to one country. They don't know for your government. We never have an election. Get the body and study the country. That's not there. So FBRC, or close to now made up and last corruption came on in man. And apart brother Ben about the all across the country.
Thank you.
But on the other hand, my man, the kind of thing are real stable. So now you're allowed to talk, we are frustrated. Okay? We are frustrated. The reason we are frustrated is because we told the people, these guys are evil. And we have an because concession agreement was found. And John Maru said the government was 3 times corona charged of government is business men. These are the very same vampires who have brought the town. See how they are ripping the police apart. See the economic opinion, the increasing job fair. Yeah, what kind of level of government is this? I mean, we are going to work on now and be asking to say, why you anything power to these boys? And he's taking the dream of what we're going through. Why must you take power to these people? I mean, brother, we are, man, you are poor in a mess. You are going to get a quarter, they're going to all die. And that's what the man being like, baby, about them, but I trying to be blind down. It's frustrating.
Thank you, Lawrence Spencer. We'll leave you right there. Lawrence Spencer of the ANC. Let's go to Randy Dapo in the US. Go ahead, Randy. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Carl, how you doing? And hi to Alexa. I mean, President Boakai has become an embarrassment to the people of Liberia. Only time he sat in Liberia there, and you were even 12 years as vice president, why didn't he build all the things he's building now? Liberians need to ask him that question. Because the fact that he's taking money, I don't know whether he's loaning the money from the government of Liberia, because this is a man who said he used to live by loan when you are not in public service. Now in public service, he's building the houses. We're seeing it across all the social media. People are presenting evidence. So I think Mr. Khan, whatever Mr. Boakai is doing, we will track everything. When he leave office, he will have to pay the loan back because he has put the country on waiting list and he put it himself first. I have one last question for you, Oliver. I listened to you so many times. Every time you give me an example, you always using Austin Kawa. Let me tell you the secret that made me ask this question here. Chuck Norris used to have a local TV movie here, and every time they go for it, he used to take the heavy guy and let the skinny guy fight. And he asked the guy, "Well, why you always give me a heavy put a fight?" He said, "Because I want for you to be stronger." My question here is, why you always using our man or example? I will get it for you later on.
Okay, all right, we'll leave you right there. We'll leave you right there. Let's go and talk to this other person. Go ahead, 1 minute. What a very new house to rehab. Why you say?
Yeah, this is Sunshine, the leader Western Wisha, one of Liberia's legitimate owners that joined from Central Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more comical thing about the whole thing here is that it is compulsory. It is a branding that because God is making new layers so that in Boakai fans that where the Boakai Foundation warehouse should be. What kind of business is that?
What is that nonsense? Why would a foundation warehouse be to where the president living? Why would the president put warehouse to your house where people will be entering there, will be taking material?
You see how embarrassing the situation is. They don't lie, but they don't know how to lie.
Yeah.
What about this thing here? We look for it.
But
we walk towards the thing in broad daylight. We sat right here. Dishonesty, cockiness, thievery, introduced himself to us in broad daylight. By telling us that he took 4 water and gave it a good to make it fat. We listened to that thing. We saw that thing on social media. And yesterday we dropped behind. Yeah, today we inside. Yeah, today we inside. You think person that just anybody to take for anywhere and just put it there? The what we live in now, you will have international connection. How many connections you have? How is Kosovo helping us right now? Kosovo. How is it helping us right now? Look at the kind of things we're discussing here. The person who is being taken away, how they call them, is carry Starlink that go install. Who is going to use the Starlink? That thing is going on social media and saying that people that if even you lost your key, you lost your time for the share that to retrieve it for police, you have to increase it. You are spending all sorts of money now to raise money to pay for service. It's not an easy thing. And the all foolish people they got to pay the cost besides because people that when you take information, this and that, you sign that.
Thank you.
Administratively inclined, you like this thing about the father he said that he really to open the door that here. There is something going on that they're trying to protect.
Thank you.
This is what 2029 that elected boom will take that from this place. Thank you, man.
We leave you right there, Ebenezer. Let's talk to the person. Go ahead. 1 minute quickly, no time, we gotta go.
Yeah, okay. I'm patient recording with the people.
Go ahead, patient.
Okay. All the things that we are doing, people when I'm there, when I'm in the shoes. They were watching Boakai. Boakai was kind of power. I was not. They were making okay. Nothing will get for him. Nothing will get for him. They were criticizing President Weah. Today, Boakai wearing expensive shoes. Boakai go to order. Boakai not getting new for money. Today, Boakai wearing business. You know, Boakai say, "What's up, business over here? What's up, business over here? Okay." They put the money in the man hand. They make 3 horses. We look for AK. Any amount of horses Boakai wants to say. Any amount.
Okay. Thank you, patient. Thank you, patient. Great. I'll leave you right there and talk to the person. Go ahead quickly. We'll talk to 2 more and go home.
Good morning, and to my brother, sis Alessa, and to Liberian people, Mama Liberia.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
The thing is not healing. You people, they get bold in lies. Nothing they can just say. They just have the truth. They and the truth just sit together. It's just hard. You lie on everything. They forget lie that how they call it your own run wheelbarrow to even get to the executive mansion. You see, he will $1 million star today. There's some way useless cloud farm to promote the package to see that warehouse is building. So our eyes can't see what is warehouse. The education that we got, we can't see what is warehouse. We got limited that we don't know what is warehouse and what is a resident. People out there, they don't know what to say. Nothing they got to come to give me. They just come, nothing. So, loot us. They just come to loot the resources of that nation. Nothing good they come to do. Because you can't be a 5-center man, level-headed man, to see no kind of thing. Your first day I've seen it, when you say warehouse. Warehouse got story building. Warehouse got jacuzzi. Warehouse got the bedroom, master bedroom, kitchen and thing. The way you call warehouse, which one of the warehouse is that? The same way you lie, you say you will ride Liberian, then you call it a building a warehouse. You guys are just a bunch of clowns. They will solve for the Liberian people because this is a decision you took. When we are telling you, you did not see it. The vision that we have, we saw, they were there to get the take Liberia to be their property because the little education that they got Anything they say, you should bow to him. What they're taking you to be. You second-class citizen in your own country.
Thank you.
They don't have regard for you. Your dignity, they took everything away. It's just unfortunate, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joseph Colley. Joseph Colley from the US. Let's talk to the second to the last person. You are the second to the last. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you, Khan. Let me say hello to Leza.
Go ahead.
The official president of the Liberian Civil Rights Movement. Boakai is a shame and a disgrace to this country. This liability, man, being liability since I was in the government, you're 25 years in the government. And then, man, two other your own long time. We all for all that Boakai will not do nothing to the country. And the people that are comparing and the way of Boakai at this time is wrong kind. Because you say, it's not a man, I will not come one. I don't want to kind of level. Anything the man wear yesterday, they will post it. But now, what the men are you doing? I will more than men are there. Because Boakai is a former president, is a money man. If in your presidency, the man is a celebrity. And you brought the president, but else it was one thing. So what the man doing now, you don't know the truth. But what I want to tell you is that you guys are the real hero. You see that? You got to make the name was saying you're talking about kind. They'll be buried and will be buried forever. You're not here again. Because they are ever buried their career. Even the government don't have integrity. That's what we see. Because government is going to be too much to the celebrity and to the people that you are accountable for.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll talk to the last caller. You are the last caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Good evening.
Thank you. This is Ed Moka. You know, it's quite disappointing and frustrating for Liberia, but not surprising though, because we were aware that what Boakai could have do if you come to the presidency. Because if even you are president and having any project right now, Liberia, the world where we are at this stage, you can post start to all and make sure and pay attention to the nation. But from the beginning, Boakai has not done so. So what can he do in the midst of crisis? He don't care. Because this is of issue that is affecting the entire world, and all nations are taking steps to see how best they can be able to help their people. In brother country, Reyes, alone, Gambia, they are taking steps about social crisis petrol in their country to see how they can help their people. But in the midst of all, what are a very serious story? So information coming in, that his children and other people doing it. Some of the supporters. They say, oh no, that warehouse. What are you talking about? Their warehouse carry 2-story, 3-story? Are you telling us?
Now,
what can you say?
Who have been touching the Lord to carry away our steps?
They don't got money now. They'll be using machine now.
Look at
They'll be using machine to carry us there because they got money now. And the whole thing about it, the old man got 2 different convoys. I always saying it. They want that person. We have let the man say that when you carry in the bush where are not reaching. The man lesser, the $2.2 billion lesser that he bought, he used it only on the quota.
Okay.
Look at the man wash on his head.
Thank you.
A celebrity and an international star, he was using watches and spinning for a year. The people were running away that we are using their money. But here we are today. Why are you doing? We're hearing another one, a gator all wrong. So what are all men doing now?
Okay.
What is he going to do?
We will bring the oral information, my brother. Thank you very much. We gotta go home.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We gotta go. Alexa, we have to go home. There is no time. I have a song here. It's called Go Pape Go. It's an old Liberian song. Let's see what are that is.
Hey, boy. What makes up a get polo masko? Don't do.
Exclusive from HotLBR.com.
Every day you like day. Because every day you making them don't get happy people. Everything you did, everything you do, everything you go to a bed. Everything you go to a bed. Everything you carry to a bed. Everything you go to a bed. Go Papa, go. Go Papa, go.
Okay, go, Papa, go.
Go Papa, go.
We'll return there on tomorrow. Have a wonderful time. God bless you. Next time we gotta go.
Oh.
Oh, we are big lads. Oh, we are big lads. Oh, we are plenty with me. Oh, we are big. Oh, we are big Coloma. Oh, we are plenty Coloma. Oh, we are clean by suit. Oh,